Welcome to Body of Wisdom. I am Elyce Neuhauser, and I'm going to be offering you a short Pilates series today, focusing on strengthening your lower back. At the same time, we're going to tone your core, engage your glutes, and also strengthen your legs. So make sure you have a couple of props here. I've got a pair of gliders, but you might use a couple of paper plates. Even paper towels might be good on a smooth floor, or the paper plates would work well on carpet. And as well, I have a blanket here. I'm using a yoga blanket, and this is really just for padding the knees because we're going to be doing some things on hands and knees. So those props would be really helpful. If you don't have them, if you're on a plush carpet, the blanket might not be necessary. So I'll see you on hands and knees on your mats. All right, we're going to begin in cat and cow. So hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. We've got some nice 90-degree angles at your shoulders, hips, and even knees. Spread your fingers wide, lift from center of the palms so you're not collapsing down into the hands. And as you inhale, curl the toes, lengthen your tail, stretch the front body. And as you exhale, point the toes, round your spine, hug your belly in. Bow your head. Inhale and extend and move slowly. Really find the gradualness so you're not overtaxing your spine or finding any pain as you move through these two moving postures. Inhale and extend slowly. And exhale, round. Let's go a couple of more times, noticing that there's a place in between these two movements. There's a neutral that we move through. And let's find that now. So notice that you can be in extension without being in this somewhat of a hyperextension of cow pose. So we're going to draw the belly up, filling out this lower back curve. It's almost like you're bringing your ribs and your hips a little closer to each other, but keeping the spine long. On your next inhale, send the right leg back behind you and place your left hand on your belly, drawing the navel up and in towards your spine. So engaging those abdominal muscles again. Think about filling out the lower back curve. Again, almost like you were going to round your spine, but don't. And then lift that right leg up. So feel that you're not sinking into your lower back as you lift that leg up. Big in-breath here. As you exhale, put the knee back down. Sit back in child's pose. And let's circle out the wrists a bit here. While we stretch out the back, you can rock a little bit side to side, reverse the circle of your hands, spread your fingers, move them around a little bit. And then let's rise back up. Stretch the left leg back behind you. Press into your finger pads. Root through your index finger and your thumb especially. Lift from center of the palms. Take your right hand to your belly, and again, make sure you're not sinking as you stretch that left leg back. So hug the belly in, fill out the lower back curve, feel your stomach muscles tight underneath your hand, and then lift that left leg up. Still keeping the stomach muscles firm, not sinking the belly into the hands. Keep filling out lower back curve, right hand down to the floor. Big inhale, broaden your collarbones. It's almost like you're pulling your hands apart. And then as you exhale, draw that left knee back in. So let's again, stretch right leg out, lift the leg up, think about filling out lower back curve, hug the belly, press out through that right heel, draw back in. Nice and slow to start, and just lifting maybe an inch or two up off the floor and lower. Engage your glutes, really feel the fire from front and back bodies, and bring it in. And left leg. Nothing random about this. So really make sure that you're staying very stable in the center. You're not rocking side to side or dumping into the weight-bearing side of your body. Now, if you want a little bit more, as you stretch right leg out, you might stretch left arm out. Exhale, bring it all back in. Inhale, stretch, keep it long, maybe a little bit more lifted without sinking, and then bring it back in. Stretch, back in, stabilize, bring it back in, lengthen, bring it back in. Remember, pressing into the heel, reaching forward through the fingertips, hugging that belly. Let's do 2 more each side. Stretch and lower. And one more time, we're going to hold. See if you can lift up a little bit higher. Little pulses with that right leg without sinking your back for 10, 9. You can always put your left hand down. 7, 6, control is the word. 3, 2, 1. Hand down if it was lifted, knee down. Left leg out, right arm out. Right arm, remember, it's an option. You can always put it down. Little pulses up. 10, 9, 8, without sinking, stable. Center of the body, stable powerhouse. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, press out through the heel, reach forward through fingertips. Really strong through center. Exhale, right hand down, left knee down. Knees wide, big toes to touch. Child's pose, nice little stretch here. Feel free to rock. And again, if you like, circle your wrists. Full deep breaths. All right, my friends, get those gliders or paper plates, put one on either side of your mat. And we're gonna take the blanket out of the way as we slide all the way down to our bellies. So core muscles engaged. You're gonna take the hands onto the gliders and turn your head to the right side. So left temple is on the floor. We can start with the legs a little further apart. I'm bringing my feet into the corners of the mat, pointing the toes strongly. So stretch your arms forward, and as you do so, lift your head up. Lift your chest up. Hug your belly in, press your pubic bone down, almost like you're curling your tailbone under. And then bring the gliders, bending your elbows, bring the gliders alongside the mat, lifting the chest up. Think about your elbows coming into your waist and your chest lifts. Belly hugging in, pubic bone pressing down, glutes engaged, legs long. As you inhale next, stretch the arms forward. Exhale, draw the elbows in, lift the chest up, squeeze the elbows in, upper back was working. We want a nice long spine. You're not hyperextending from the neck. And then lengthen all the way down. Do it again. Stretch, exhale, squeezing. Inhale, lengthen and lower. So again, if you'd like, you can come up a little bit higher. Make sure you're using abdominal muscles, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Not working on arm strength, really working on the core stability, leg stability. So less about pushing into the floor. More about lengthening the spine and lifting. Hands are like an assist. You might even come up onto your fingertips or even lift the hands up off the gliders when you come up. Let's do 3 more. Long. Again, you might float hands up. Lift, squeeze, legs engaged. Let's go 1 more time. And back, exhale, we're gonna stay. Those who want a little bit more, squeeze the legs together. You might even lift them up a little bit. Again, arms might lift. 1 final deep in-breath. Exhale, come all the way down. Move the gliders out of the way. You can come to a brief child's pose, stretch out your back body. And we'll come back down, this time into a Sphinx pose. So if this is too much for your lower back, you can walk your arms forward just a bit so that you are still propped up. It's just less of a back bend, but the chest is still lifted up off the ground. So your choice here. I'm going to bring my arms in a little bit close. Make sure you're not hyperextending, lifting the head up too high. So nice long line from the crown of the head down towards the lower back. And again, I like the legs a little bit wider. It gives some more space. If you feel that you can handle the intensity, legs can come a little closer together. I'm going to keep my legs a little bit wider today. So we're going to pick up the right foot and double kick it in. It's a pointed foot. Kick, kick, heel comes towards the buttock, and then lengthen it back down. Do it with the left leg, kick, kick. Notice I'm not pushing myself forward. As I'm kicking, stabilize the whole body. Kick, kick, and lower down. Kick, kick, and lower down. Hug your belly in so you're not sinking into the hips nor the waist. Kick, kick, lower down. Kick, kick. Chest stays lifted. Kick, kick, lower down. You're not pushing yourself forward. When the leg stretches out, it's almost like it lifts up a little bit before it lowers down. Kick, kick, lengthen the leg. Kick, kick, and reach through the leg. Kick, kick, stretch. Kick, kick. Remember, you can always bring the arms out in front of you. Let's do 2 more each side, starting here. Right leg and lengthen. Left leg, stretch it out. Last time, and reach. Kick, kick, and lengthen. Come all the way down. Press back, child's pose. Rocking, again, feel free to move your arms, your hands, rock your head. And we'll come all the way back down onto our bellies into this prone position, facing down. Hands underneath the forehead just to start. I'm going to rock the pelvis side to side. Little hip stretch. Bend your knees, flex your feet. Keep thinking about the pelvis rocking side to side, not letting your legs rock. You're just going to go along for the ride. Pelvis is rocking. Okay, back to center. We're going to bring the legs together so they move as one leg. If you need more space for your lower back, please feel free to keep the legs a little bit wider, but I might recommend placing a squishy ball in between your inner thighs, or even a yoga block might work, just so you have some sense of center and control. I'm going to bring the legs together and then point the toes to lengthen the legs down. Once again, turn your head to the right. Take your hands back behind you. You can interlace the fingers here or stack your hands. We're going to kick the legs 3 times again without pushing yourself forward. Point the toes, kick 1, kick 2, kick 3. Lengthen the legs, even lift them up slightly as you straighten your arms. Lift your head, lengthen out, and then come back down. Turn your head to the other side, kick the legs 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and stretch. And again, kick 1, 2, 3, engage your core, engage your glutes, stretch the legs, stretch the arms, lift the chest. Kicking 1, 2, 3. Again, you can interlace your fingers and press the fist back. Some of you might find more control there. Kicking 1, 2, 3. And again, control as you stretch out and lift. Kicking 1, 2, 3, and stretch, lift. 2 more times, turning the head to each side. Kicking 1, 2, 3, stretch, lift. Engage the abdominals all the way through. And stretch, lift, especially when you lift up. Last time each side, kick 1, 2, 3, and lift. And last time, kicking 1, 2, 3, and lift, stretch. And bend the knees, bend the elbows. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, press the feet down, back into a child's pose. Stretch out your lower back. All right, and let's find a side lying position now. So we're going to stretch out on the mat, bottom arm all the way down, stretched out. Head is resting on your arm. Now there's a tendency to let the head roll forward, even tap the arm forward. Move the arm back so it's parallel to one of the long lines of your mat. Bring the legs up. Remember those 90-degree angles at your hips and your knees we found in tabletop? Same thing here. Keep the bottom leg as it is. Stretch your top leg straight out, down the length of your mat. So you're anchoring down through your bottom leg, your top hand, your bottom arm reaching long. We're lifting the bottom leg up with a pointed foot. Flex the foot to lower it down. Point and lift, and flex to lower. So keep the hips stacked. Again, stomach muscles engaged. Point to lift, flex to lower. Find your full range without compromising the shape of the body. So you don't have to lift all the way up so that you're kicking yourself back. A smaller, more controlled range is what we're looking for. Resistance on the way up, squeeze, resist on the way down. 3 more. And 2. You can put your hand on your hip if you like. Last one, hold this one up. Little circles. Again, control, so you're not rocking your body forward and back. Think more about the back edge of that circle. Circle back, circle back. Hand on hip, maybe hand on floor. Some of you might put hand behind your head. For 3, and 2, and 1. Reverse that circle. Coming forward, still paint the back of the circle without rocking the body. Stabilize, strong core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flex your foot now. Bring the leg forward. Again, you can put hand on hip or bring your hand to the mat. Point your toes. Bring the leg back. Squeeze into the glute. Without rolling back. Flex, bring it forward. And point, sweep it back. 3 more. Stay on that horizontal line so you're not lifting up and over, staying straight across. Point. And last 2. And point. Let's go 1 more. Now stay right here, lift the leg up, lower it down. If you need a slight bend of the knee, that's okay. If you need to bring the leg back a little bit, that's okay too, as best as you can. It's like opening and closing at your hip. You're not rolling back. Let's go 3 more. And 2 more. Last one, hold it up, point the toes, little circles right here at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee in, hug it in, lower that knee down. You can stretch the bottom leg out along the length of the mat. Take your bottom arm, stretch it straight out in front of you, stack the top arm on top, and then open up. Let's find a twist here. So you might use your left hand or your bottom hand to rub out your hip, your thigh. A little tapping sometimes helps free up some of that tightness. Big in-breath here. All right, and then let's roll onto the back and take the ankle to the knee. We'll find that number 4 shape to stretch out the hip a little bit more. You can lift your bottom foot up off the floor, or you could keep it down and press that thigh away. All right, let's find the other side. Rock up or roll over, however you like. We're going to find the 90-degree angle of the legs, bottom arms stretched out underneath us. Make sure you're not tilted forward or coming towards the top of the mat. This long line of arm is the same, parallel to the long line of the mat. Top hand, you can have the fingertips pressing in, and then the top leg is going to extend out. Lift the leg up, pointing the toes, flex the foot, lower down. There's a resistance here, as if there was a weight on your ankle or on the outer thigh. Once you get more advanced, you might actually find that. You can even press your hand down into the leg, pointing as you lift, resist, flex as you lower, squeeze. Again, you might put your hand on your hip if you'd like a little bit more. Keep the body really stable. Some of you might take hand back behind your head. Make sure you're not collapsing your chest. Let's go 3 more. Point to lift, flex to lower. Not the highest height, but the most control. And 2. Flex, resist. Last 1. Hold it up, pointed foot, little circles. And the key is not letting your body rock. So some of you might use that top hand for a little bit more control. If you're finding you want to challenge yourself, you can put the hand on the hip, or again, hand back behind the head. 3, 2, 1, reverse it. Again, let's stroke the back of that circle. Really get the glute involved, core muscles strong. For 5, 4, take the back 3, strong point of the foot, 2, last one, stay here, flexing, bringing the leg forward, and then pointing the toes, bringing the leg back. Find it all the way back without letting your chest roll forward. Flex forward. Keep it across the horizontal line. Flex forward. Point back. Flex forward. Point back. Steady, control. Keep the hips stacked. Last 3. And 2. Inhale back. Last 1. We're going to keep it forward. Stay right here. Lift the leg and lower. Foot is flexed. You're pressing out strongly through the heel. Hips stay stacked, so make sure you're not rolling back as you open that leg. Just the right amount of range for your particular body. For 3, it's okay to bring the leg down a little bit if you need to, as far out in front as you can, keeping the hips stacked. Last 2. Last 1, hold it up, point the toes, little circles. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, reverse the circle. 5, strong point, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Go ahead and bend the knee, lower the knee down in front, stretch the bottom leg out. A little tapping. We'll extend that bottom arm out, stack the top arm, open up into a twist, and then you can again tap or rub the hip with your hand. Full breaths. And then we'll roll onto the back, take the ankle to knee. Press the thigh away, keep the foot flexed. Take a big inhale here. Again, you can also bring that opposite leg in towards you, get a bigger stretch in the outer hip. 1 more big in-breath. And as you exhale, foot down. Let's put both feet down on the ground and arms down by your side. Center yourself on your mat now. Press down into the arms, reach long through the fingertips. So you get triceps active and you get latissimus dorsi, your back muscles active. Press your feet down into the mat, isometric, pull the heels in towards you, curl the tail and lift your hips up. We're coming into a shoulder bridge. Keep the pubic bone high, the lower back long, tailbone lengthening towards your knees, and your knees pressing forward away from you. Now with all of that strength, bring your right knee up into your chest. Stretch the right leg up to the sky. If this feels like too much, you're just going to keep your spine down on the floor, which is okay too. This is just going to challenge hamstrings and glutes a little bit more. Lower that right leg down so your knees are even, and then point the leg up to the ceiling. Flex as we lower, knee to knee. Point the toes and lift. Flex lower, point lift. If you're feeling okay, you want a little bit more. Keep your hips high as you lower the leg down a little bit further. Point the toes, lift. So we flex to lower, we point to lift. 3 more. Flex lower, glutes engage, point lift. 2 more. And point, lift. One more. Strong arms, strong core, strong glutes. Lift up, bring the knee into the chest, and then lower the foot down. Little break, lower yourself all the way down. You can rock the legs side to side, open the arms. Hug your knees into your chest. You might even curl your head and shoulders up, give your core muscles strength here. Stretch out the back body. And then lower the feet down, lower the arms down by your side, set yourself up, triceps strong, press the backs of the arms down, reach long through the fingertips, press down through the feet, broaden the collarbones, and then lift your hips up. Bring your left knee into your chest, stretch the left leg up to the sky, point the toes, and then flex to lower, point to lift. Remember, the leg is only coming down so that the knees are even. That's our starting point. Flex to lower, point to lift. A little bit more, keep the hips high, lower the leg down, and then point the foot up. Lift the hips as you lower the leg even closer to the floor. Strong arms, both side bodies working evenly, even though we're asymmetrical here. Let's do 3 more. Flex to lower, point to lift, 2. Keep both hips even. 1 more time. Long length of leg, long length of spine. Bring it all the way up. Hold. Bend the knee into the chest. Slowly bring the foot to the floor. Lift the hips up just a little bit more. And then slowly lower yourself all the way down. Good. Separate the feet as wide as your mat. Open the arms out to a T. Drop the knees over towards the right. Flip the palms to face up. Reach your left arm up and over towards your right, and then inhale to open that left arm. Let's stay in the flow. Exhale, cross it over. You can always stack the legs if you need to. Keeping the legs open just gives a bigger stretch from the back, the side body, and your choice. And then let's bring the legs back to center, drop them over to the left. Nice big spinal twist. Stack your right arm over your left. Inhale to open. You can again always stack the legs if you need to. Inhale, open. 2 more. And last time, stack, open, and then come back to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Curl your head and shoulders up. You can hold your thighs or your shins, your choice. Start to rock forward and back. So a little spinal massage, a little restorative variation of rolling like a ball. Feels so good for the spine. If it doesn't feel good, roll over onto your side. We're going to be coming up to seated. Rock yourself all the way up. Let's land in a cross-legged seat. Bring your hands to your heart space. Interlace your fingers, invert your palms, round your spine. Take the arms all the way up and overhead. Little side body stretch right. Back up to center, exhale, side body left. Inhale to center and exhale, lower your arms all the way down, getting a little bit taller as your arms come down. Thank you so much for joining this short Pilates workout. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.